Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Monday, September 23rd, 2019.
Commissioner Garcia, Cabello, James, Davis, and Caloza are present. President James, you do have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Sanitation.
No.
Good morning, Anita Fernandez, LA Sanitation and Environment.
Good morning, Chiming Gong for the Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Eddie Chavez, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, John Olinger, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Eddie Ohanian, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment. We also do not have any commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section. We did receive speaker cards on item number 6 on today's supplemental agenda.
Okay, and I know that on the supplemental we have a few speaker cards that are coming in, and that's fine, just whenever you're ready. I can't call the item until after 10:15 anyway. So we'll get to that in a moment. We'll close the, you don't have any cards for general public comment, do you?
None.
Okay, we'll close general public comment as well as the neighborhood council category of commentary. A couple of administrative items that have been sent back for signature. Agenda item number 5. The mayor has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of Sanitation to execute the proposed cooperative agreement to continue participation in the Southern California Stormwater Monitoring Coalition for a term of 5 years and at a cost not to exceed $160,000. Is there a second to my motion that we approve agenda item number 5 forthwith? That's by Commissioner Cabello. Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. Agenda item number 4, the mayor has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of Sanitation to execute the memorandum of agreement between the City of Los Angeles and the 6 participating public agencies for the administration and cost sharing of implementing the Dominguez Channel Estuary Bathymetry and Sediment Transport Study for a term of 5 years from the date of execution or until the study is completed and approved by the Los Angeles Regional Water Quality Control Board, whichever is later, and at a cost not to exceed $427,692. Is there a second to my motion that we approve agenda item number 4 forthwith by Commissioner Cabello? Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. Agenda item number 1 from Engineering, revised task order solicitation number 33, Pershing Square Implementation Phase 1 and 2, recommending that the board authorize the city engineer to issue a revision of the task number 033 to Gruen Associates, increasing the budget authority from $1,500,000 to $4 million for architectural design services. Mr. Drucker, before we do number 1, I want to take number 2 and 3. Agenda item number 2, Council District 14, sole source personal services contract, Hunters Point Family, recommending that the board find pursuant to the Los Angeles City Charter Section 371E10 that it is in the city's best interest to sole source this contract for Skid Row cleaning programs due to the Homeless Emergency Aid Program, that's the HEAP funding requirement, and unique nature of the services, and City Charter Section 1022, where it is more feasible to outsource the service as city employees do not have the expertise to perform the services. Secondly, approve the proposed sole source contract between the City of Los Angeles and Hunters Point Family for 1 year with a 1-year renewal option and a not to exceed amount of $2 million to provide the services related to the Skid Row cleaning program. And 3, authorize myself or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute the proposed contract. That's transmittal number 1. Mr. Yu.
Good morning, President James, Commissioners, Bureau Representative from City Attorney's Office, and the Board Executive Officer. My name is Mike Yu. I'm working for Board of Public Works Executive Office. Today, I'm requesting the board to approve a sole source contract with the Hunters Point Family for Skid Row cleaning program. In August 2018, City received $85 million homeless emergency aid program funding, and under Mayor and Council's approval, $2 million was allocated to launch a Skid Row sidewalk cleaning and litter rebatement program. Besides provide a cleaning service for the Skid Row designated Skid Row area, the program also perform as a workforce development program, which actually target the local resident who's currently experiencing homelessness and also formerly incarcerated. And also, this program, since it's based on the HIP funding, also has a very tight commitment and expenditure deadline, which is 50% of the funding need to be spent at the end of the January 2020. Also, the reason we select the Hampton Ponds family as the most qualified contractor for this contract is because that organization has been performing the similar service in the Thailand, San Francisco for the San Francisco Department of Public Works for many years. So they have the expertise and the experience required to make this program successful. Also, the selected contractor is fully aware of the current condition in the Skid Row areas and is ready and is qualified to perform the service requested in this contract. So based on the uniqueness of the service, the good experience and the service quality of the contractor, also to have the said service available in Skid Row area as soon as possible. So it's not practical or compatible with city's contracting requirement to have a fully competitive bidding process. Also, if we utilize a brand new contractor without any proven experience, doesn't guarantee the success of this program, which might further impact the HIP funding requirement. Therefore, I'm requesting the board office to approve the sole source contract with the Hampton Ponds family to provide the service for the Skid Row cleaning program. The contract term will be 12 months with one 12-month renew option, and the whole fundings come out from the HIP funding, so by executing this contract, there's no impact to the general fund. Now I'm available to answer any question you might have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion from Commissioner Cabello. Commissioner Davis, you have a question.
I was just asking, the Hunters Point family, is that the one that's in association with, who is the Hunters Point family? I'm just asking. Basically.
Actually, Hunter Point's family is a nonprofit organization who's currently performing the similar service in the Thailand area in San Francisco for many years.
Right.
Also, Hampton Ponds family also the previous contract for city mobile shower program. So they have the proven experience and the credit for successful performing all the city-related contracts.
Great. Well, I just wanted to, I really don't have any other questions. I just needed to have that information from my own knowledge, but I continue to be impressed with the persistence and the determination of our administration to stay the course in trying to make change in the homeless issue. And as we have discovered, or probably knew anyway, this is a national issue. Los Angeles is not the only one, but we certainly are the only one with the strong leadership coming from the mayor's office that is determined, despite the hurdles and barriers that it takes to do this work, that has shown the leadership to make a difference, not only in Los Angeles, but to be the example. So I compliment this idea and all of the other ones that we've seen in the past, and we look forward to your continued work in trying to create change in our homelessness issue.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. I'll take that as a second to Commissioner Cabello's motion. I'll join you in that. Mr. Jordan, before we take a vote on this, just getting a verbal confirmation for the record that the City Attorney's Office approves the sole source justification on this?
Yes, I concur.
All right, thank you. Then any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any issue sending number 2 forthwith? We'll send number 2 forthwith. That'll take us to agenda item number 3. The mayor has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works to award the sole source contract to Hunters Point family for implementation of Skid Row cleaning program. So we have the authorization for signature here now. I'll make a motion, or is there a second to my motion that we approve number 3, seconded by Commissioners Cabello and Davis? Any objection? Without objection, that'll be the order on agenda item number 3. Mr. Drucker, that does take us to number 1. Bureau of Engineering, revised task order solicitation number 33, Pershing Square Implementation Phase 1 and Phase 2, recommending that the board authorize the city engineer to issue a revision of the task number 033 to Gruen Associates, increasing the budget authority from $1,500,000 to $4 million for the architectural design services. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners. Neil Drucker, Bureau of Engineering. Happy Monday. As President James indicated, the Bureau of Engineering is recommending that the Commission approve a revision of Task Order Number 33 to Green Associates to increase the budget authority for the Pershing Square implementation project from the current $1.5 million to $4 million. Just to let the board know, we do have some changes to the board report on page 5, which Dr. Campos is currently passing out. On that page, we've stricken, which are shown as blanks now in the piece of paper that you're seeing, the gender/ethnicity categories for OBE, SBE, SBE, EBE, and SBE, DVBE consultants, as those are no longer shown on our forms. And I just wanted to let everyone know that. So I will be asking that this be approved as amended at the end of my statement, but I did want to let you know about the changes on page 5. Any questions before I go on? Thank you. Again, as we said, this is to increase task authority for Gruen Associates for the Pershing Square project. Currently, the task authority is $1.5 million. Pershing Square, as you may know, is the subject of an international design competition in 2015. The winning consultant team, and I apologize in advance for my French accent or lack thereof, Agence Tir is the winning team. And as they were an international company with no contracts at the time with the city, we needed a way to bring them on under city contracts. So what we did is we provided them our list of pre-qualified on-call consultant teams, which there were 20, worked with them, the Department of Recreation Parks, who's the owner, funder, and client for this project, and ultimately Gruen and Associates was selected by the team to move forward and work with Agence Tir to design this project. The first phases of the project, Phase 1A and Phase 1B, are now basically complete, and that was to do a feasibility study for the entire project. And as many of you know, Pershing Square is basically a park that's located in the middle of the downtown area, the financial district. It is considered a concrete park. We don't have a lot of grass, trees, and landscaping at this time. It also covers a very large underground parking structure with some significant issues. And the idea is to both improve the parking structure and to create a much more people-friendly, environment-friendly, and community-friendly park that's not so much concrete and a little bit more landscaping, a little bit more public area, and also to lower the elevation of the park. It's very difficult to see from the street, so one of the ideas is to bring the park down to a human level so you can actually see it from the street, and we believe this team has done a really good job up to this point in doing that. So what we're recommending is that we continue with the team led by Gruen Associates, working with Agence Tir to do the remainder of the project. Just to let you know, this would be for Phase 1 and 2 design. The $4 million would cover the entire remaining cost of design, construction administration, and closeout for both phases of the project. However, because of the availability of construction funding at this time, we're going to issue, or upon board's approval, we would issue a notice to proceed to Gruen to do Phase 1 complete design, including full design, construction administration, and closeout. For Phase 2, we would have them complete design and then stop until construction funds were available or until directed either by your board or city council or both to move forward, because we know there's enough money that it makes sense to complete the design, complete the construction documents, and be prepared to start construction sooner. And that's something we're actually working with the council office, Recreation and Parks on, and the city administrative officer is identifying additional funds, including applying for outside both philanthropic type funds and city, state, and federal type funds that would work for these types of projects. Just to let the board know, I think that Gruen has done a very good job in terms of their compliance with our BIP program. As part of this additional services, we asked them to bring on some additional specialty consultants. They brought on 5 additional consultants. One of those is an MBE, one of those is a WBE, and 3 of them are SBE with either EBE or DVBE as well. So we think they've done very well there. Just to let you know, Gruen themselves, although as the prime consultant they don't qualify, Gruen themselves is an MBE, SBE, and also a local business enterprise. So I think we have a fairly good BIP compliance on this project. And based on the above, I would recommend that the board approve this board report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Drucker, very thorough. You covered not only the questions, but stuff that I was going to add on the record. But I do always ask our city attorney on the record for approval of the sole source justification again here on agenda item number 1.
Yes, and I concur with the staff recommendation.
Okay. And thank you for the reminder that the prime in this instance is an MBE, an SBE, and a local business as well. So with that,
And I just wanted to comment,
Commissioner
in
Davis.
addition to that, I still appreciate the effort that went into still continuing to reach out among the subs, and that inclusion that is definitely reflected here in the work that you have submitted on this motion.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. So I'll take that as a second, along with Commissioner Cabello seconded the motion, Commissioner Davis as well. Any objection? That was my motion, by the way, Dr. Campos. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 1. Thank you, sir. Any issue sending number 1 forthwith? We'll send number 1 forthwith. It is past 10:15, so the supplemental was noticed for 10:15 this morning. Office of Community Beautification, revocable permit, San Pedro Property Owners Association, Council District 15, recommending that the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to grant revocable permission to encroach within the public right-of-way subject to listed conditions to the San Pedro Property Owners Association. The contact there is Lorena Parker. The encroachment for installation of 12 dining patios and parklets in San Pedro's downtown core along 5th, 6th, 7th, and Center Streets in Council District 15. Secondly, authorize the city engineer to issue no-fee revocable permit for the work to be performed. Third, authorize the city engineer to issue a no-fee A permit for the work to be performed. And fourth, authorize the Office of Community Beautification to request the Bureau of Contract Administration to provide a no-fee inspection of the project. And Dr. Campos, who do I have here from OCB?
You have Mr. Jerry Villito.
Okay, Mr. Polito here. Sorry. Oh, there. I didn't see you on there. So I've got a number of speaker cards as well, everyone speaking in favor. So, Jerry, why don't you go ahead and explain what's going on, and then we'll take our speaker cards and hear from the council office as well.
Good morning, Mr. President, commissioners, and members of the board. Jerry Valido, Assistant Director of the Office of Community Beautification. This morning, I am presenting a highly anticipated project that has been championed by the Office of Councilmember Joe Buscaino and the San Pedro Property Owners Association. It is the proposed encroachment in the public right-of-way by the San Pedro Property Owners Association for the installation of 12 dining patios and parklets within the downtown core of San Pedro along 5th, 6th, 7th, and Center Streets in Council District 15. The incorporation of sidewalk dining patios will invigorate San Pedro's downtown populace, and the installation of parklets will provide more space and amenities for people in the public realm. The San Pedro Properties Association, who work hand in hand with the CD15 staff, has agreed to maintain the project. As stated in the board report, a pre-approved LA Department of Transportation toolkit was used for the design parameters and aspects of this project, and letters of support have been submitted by the Pacific Battleship Center, the Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council, and the Little Italy Los Angeles Association. We would request that the Board of Public Works adopt the project in order that we may move on to the permit phase of the process. And as stated, we do have Mr. Axel Palacios of the CD15 staff here to speak on behalf of the project, as well as several members of Council District 15's community.
All right, thank you, Mr. Valito. Mr. Palacios, you would like to go first? Okay. I see Mr. Ferguson approaching, getting one row closer. I think, is that because you're 30 years old now, you feel like you can get one row closer? Happy birthday, Mr. Ferguson.
Also,
ahead,
let the record show that his hearing is actually going out a little bit, which is why he's scooting up one more row. Good morning, Commissioners. Mr. President, thank you so much for your time this morning. My name is Axel Palacios. I'm Council Member Joe Buscaino's Planning Deputy, and I'm here this morning to talk about a highly anticipated project in our district. Downtown San Pedro over the last decade has been seeing a slow and steady revitalization, bringing a once sleepy downtown back to life. And this project, Outdoor Dining Pilot Program, is something that the San Pedro Business Improvement District, as well as the Chamber of Commerce and our new Little Italy Association have been looking forward to. The reason for this is our downtown area lacks the kind of foot traffic and outdoor dining that is seen in other places in the city. And so with this pilot program, we hope to add to the revitalization that's already taking place, and also with a lot of the amenities that are coming soon in the future, like the San Pedro Public Market, our Little Italy stretch on 6th Street, we feel that an outdoor dining program would be greatly beneficial to not only the business owners, but also add to the amenities available presented by the hospitality industry in San Pedro. So we ask today for the support of the board and the approval of our request for an A and R permit, as well as allowing OCB to request from BCA to do a no-fee inspection of this project as well. So I want to also thank Mr. Campos, President James, members of the board, as well as Mr. Valito for all of their help in pushing this outdoor dining program pilot to fruition and to the stage that it is today. And we also want to thank all of our members and partners on this project, including the San Pedro BID, the Chamber, our Planning and Land Use Committee for the San Pedro area, as well as all staff who have helped, as well as City Fabric, who also helped with the formulation of this pilot program. Thank you all very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Let's go to Jacob Eisenberg.
Thank you. I'm in full support of the outdoor dining. Our patios would be beautiful. It will create a vibrant downtown culture. Our small businesses need help. The streets are fairly empty, and these local mom and pop stores, restaurants, would really thrive. We need to reduce the burden on their operations and help the local economy. I look forward to seeing our small business sector thrive in the future, and our communities enjoy the wonderful social benefits that the vibrant outdoor dining will accomplish. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Eric Eisenberg. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, board members. Thank you very much for hearing our comments today and hearing this item. We are distantly related, the two Eisenbergs, but I'll be brief since all the comments are in favor of this. Myself, I founded the Business Improvement District over 10 years ago, and this has always been a vision, something that we've been heading toward, although due to economic glitches, it didn't really come to fruition. Now we're at a point where our stars are aligned. We have full support of the council office, and we have an excellent executive director, Ms. Lorena Parker, who has put together the necessary documents, and with our relationship with Joe Buscaino, we are set, we are ready to go. As Mr. Eisenberg before me mentioned, our small businesses and restaurants primarily we're in a historic district, so they have limited seating. So not only will this become a visual enticement for people coming to the community, but it will also allow our small restaurants to have additional seating. Thank you very much for hearing this today, and I appreciate your support and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Warren Gunter.
Good morning. My name is Warren Gunter. I'm the owner of 4 buildings in the downtown with 10 storefronts, and 3 of my restaurant tenants will be a benefit of this dining proposal. I opened my first business and started investing in San Pedro in 1978. That's 41 years ago. So you can see I waited a long time for the sleepy downtown to wake up. It hasn't been until the last 5 years that I've started to see the downtown really show improvement with new commercial and residential projects planned, and now this proposal before you. I believe the sidewalk dining project is a win-win for downtown San Pedro. It's a win for residents and workers because they'll be now able to eat outside. It's a win for the businesses because it will give them more visibility and increase business. And it's a win for the landlords because it will make the whole area more attractive and sought after. I feel it's of utmost urgency that you approve this program. This is the perfect place for this, and it will succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Diana Nave?
Good morning, commissioners and staff. My name is Diana Nave, and I'm the chair of the Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council's Planning and Land Use Committee, and I also chair a joint committee of the 3 San Pedro Neighborhood Council's Planning and Land Use committees. I want to take this opportunity first to thank Lorena and the Property Owners Association for their leadership and funding for getting this project to the place it is today, and for the assistance from the council office. Downtown San Pedro is the heart and soul of our community. Like many small downtowns, it has fallen on hard times, so much so that it was declared an opportunity zone. But we also have a lot of positives. We're a California Arts District. We have the Warner Grand Theater, the Grand Annex, and a lot of thriving restaurants. We have a lot of new apartments being built nearby. Development of an outdoor dining district will capitalize on these assets and bring needed energy to our main streets. My husband and I travel a lot, and we always enjoy the sidewalk dining in the historic business districts in other countries. Now I'm looking forward to eating outside at some of my favorite restaurants in San Pedro. So on behalf of the Neighborhood Council, I urge you to approve this permit. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mina Rhodes?
Hello, my name is Mina Emamifar Rhodes, and I am a landscape architect with City Fabric. Thank you to the Board of Public Works for your time, and thank you to Lorena Parker and her team for helping us shepherd this program through. I think, as you've heard, this is a good opportunity to do a pilot program for these 12 outdoor dining and parklets. We at City Fabric have done more than a dozen parklets for other communities, and we really look forward to the opportunity of doing a concentrated effort in the downtown area and having a really big impact in that way, and learning from this pilot how to amend things and really go forward and help improve the businesses and the community. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. Elise Swanson?
Good morning. My name is Elise Swanson, President and CEO of the San Pedro Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for allowing me to speak this morning. We are in strong support of this outdoor dining pilot project. San Pedro has been designated a California Cultural District. We're one of approximately 13 in the state of California. The Chamber is also an official Discover LA Visitor Center. We work with hundreds of tourists annually. We know that the addition of this outdoor dining space will be a key component to maintaining tourists in our downtown area and increasing the economic vitality of San Pedro. I thank you for your time today, and I look forward to your support for this very exciting, long-awaited project. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Swanson. Karen Wilkinson Jurisic?
Good morning. My name is Karen Wilkinson Jurisic. I am the president of the Homeowners Association at Center Street Lofts. I'm also guilty by association with the ILWU, who does also send their support. They are an anchor on 7th Street, so I don't know if their letter got there. I was asked to carry it. It did get there. We're excited to have these new amenities in San Pedro, and the majority of the homeowners association that I have contacted supports the project. So we look forward to it and feel confident that you will approve this project. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. And Lorena Parker, your name is in the agenda, so I saved you for last.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. Mr. President, my name is Lorena Parker. I'm the Executive Director of the San Pedro Property Owners Alliance. The San Pedro Outdoor Dining Pilot Project presented to you here today is a result of a collaboration between our organization with the assistance of the Office of Councilmember Joe Buscaino, his incredible staff, numerous community leaders that you've heard from here today, business owners and property owners in downtown San Pedro. During this process, we also consulted with various city departments in order to present to you a well-thought-out plan. I am truly humbled by the tremendous support we have received from everyone. I am also aware that this is a new concept that, in my opinion, will transform downtown San Pedro. This year, I'm celebrating my 20th year working with the business improvement districts in the city of Los Angeles. The success of this pilot program ultimately is my responsibility. I will take this responsibility seriously. I respectfully request that you will approve our proposal here before you today, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. I might also note for the record that we have letters of support, by the way, from the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, from the Port of Los Angeles Executive Director, from the San Pedro Chamber of Commerce, from the homeowners at Center Street Lofts, and from the Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council. The renderings in the application submittal look great. Commissioner Cabello.
Thank you, President James. Let me join you in wishing Mr. Ferguson a happy 30th. I saw the pictures on Facebook. It looked like a lot of fun. But let me first thank both Ms. Parker, Councilmember Buscaino, and CD15 for your leadership on this and everybody involved. It's such an innovative approach to community development and economic development, and I'm absolutely in support of this. There's so many benefits you can see from this. You can see a public safety benefit. You could see a pedestrian benefit. You can see an economic revitalization benefit, and it's a great tool to support local business so that everything doesn't have to be a chain or a big box store. And I think this could be a model for neighborhoods and other areas throughout the city. So I'm really excited to support this. And I think this also speaks to what happens when government and business and community come together to make it better for everyone. So thank you all for bringing this proposal. And I'm going to move that as soon as we are ready.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis.
I just wanted to ditto that and say this is a well thought out plan. I just happened to have driven through there yesterday on my way to Rancho Palos Verdes. And as I look at this, it reminds me of a class I had many years ago at USC in their planning department, where students looked at various areas of the city of Los Angeles and put together proposals to help enhance and develop them. And this one is certainly among the top of the projects that perhaps our planning schools should look at. I think I love the opportunity to grow our small businesses and to expand the capacity. I think it's just a genius idea about this, and it's very inviting, and having driven through there yesterday, I can envision what this is going to be like when you complete it. So I just wanted to compliment you on this collaboration. Not only is it good for San Pedro, I think it's going to be good for the city of Los Angeles to have a destination like San Pedro to go and to have and engage in outside dining. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. So that sounds like a second to the motion that I will join with Commissioner Cabello regarding the San Pedro Outdoor Dining Pilot Program. Mr. Valita, you have something to add?
No, sir. I just wanted to get your okay and
great.
Say good
Thank
day.
you, sir. So, well, you got a good shot at this point. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 6, supplemental number 6 for the San Pedro Outdoor Dining Pilot Program. Any issues sending number 6 forthwith? We'll send number 6 forthwith. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your participation, for coming to City Hall. And Dr. Campos, have we cleared the desk?
Mr. President, this takes you back to the approval of the minutes. Also, if I could ask for an amendment on item number 1. I believe Mr. Drucker had indicated there are a couple of changes on page number 5. I'm not sure if I caught that, but just want to be very clear on the record that item number 1 is being proposed as amended, and we can consider the motion by President James and then seconded by Commissioner Davis and Cabello, if that's okay with this board.
Yes, I agree. That probably should have been an amendment at the time of number 1. So We'll consider that as amended
Thank you.
without objection.
This takes
And
you back to approval of the minutes.
What are the meeting dates? I missed my minutes somehow. What dates?
We
do
have
I
one set of minutes for Friday, September 13th, 2019.
Oh, there we are, for September 13th, Friday the 13th, seconded by Commissioner Cabello. Any objection? Without objection, those meeting minutes will be approved. We now cleared the desk, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we have an adjourning motion this morning from Commissioner Caloza.
Thank you, President James. I just wanted to adjourn today's meeting in memoriam of a longtime community leader in the Asian American community that recently passed away. Dean Hojo Matsubayashi was a passionate and courageous leader, loving and generous family man, warm and compassionate friend, coalition and bridge builder, and was the executive director of the Little Tokyo Service Center since 2012. He passed away at the age of 49 on September 4th, 2019, after waging a fierce 15-month battle against brain cancer. Dean dedicated his life to creating safe and affordable housing and thriving communities for all. Under his leadership, the Little Tokyo Service Center developed over 1,000 units of housing for those in need and provided social services and child development programs to thousands of seniors, children, and families. His passion for doing good work and a remarkable ability to connect with others gave him the power to move mountains, finally bringing a dream project to the Little Tokyo community to fruition with the current construction of the Little Tokyo Service Center, Terasake Budokan, a current multi-purpose recreation center that will rejuvenate Little Tokyo and bring together many in the Japanese American and broader communities of Los Angeles together. Dean had a wonderful sense of humor, was charmingly down to earth, and cared deeply for his wife, children, friends, and family. He was loved by all who knew him and will be sorely missed. He is survived by his beloved wife, Kim, his two children, Emma and Sei, parents Reverend George and Kay Matsubayashi, and siblings Craig, Tina, Eric, parents-in-law Yukio and Lillian, sisters-in-law Joy and Lynn, as well as aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, other family, and many, many friends. Funeral services were held yesterday in Little Tokyo, and there were hundreds of people in attendance. It was an outpouring of support, and Dean was a dear friend and somebody who welcomed me into the Little Tokyo community when I first started in the mayor's office, and so he will be missed, and we adjourn today's meeting in his memory.
We are so adjourned.